session, we are going to discuss on the movie of Maze Runner. Everyone are here today, but AMIRA, SOFIA is can't attending this discussion because of their urgent leave. Okay, so I would like to start the movie review first. Today we are going to review about the Maze Runner. Maze Runner is a movie that is adapted by the bestseller novel that is The Maze Runner. This Maze Runner movie tell the story of Thomas. A teenage arrived in a glade at the center of a giant labyrinth. The glade was an area that was surrounded by large cement walls that formed a maze. Like the other youth down there before him, he was no memory of his previous life. Throughout the years, a special team of boys ran the maze during the day. Day after day, they tried to find out the maze. Year after year, they failed. But Thomas quickly becomes part of the group and soon after demonstrate a unique perspective that scores him a promotion to runner status. Runner is those who patrol the always changing maze to find an escape route for them. Together with Teresa, the only female in the glade, Thomas tries to convince his cohorts that he knows the way out. Okay, I would like to give a few lessons of Thomas. He is the one who's never give up to find a way out from the maze. When Thomas, LB and Minho are locked outside the maze, Minho accused Thomas is the one cause of everything. They will die for staying there overnight in the maze. Minho said, "You are just making it worse by trying to having hope." But then Thomas find a way to track the rivers. Minho realized that he's wrong, that there is a way to survive the night, and he has hope again. They tricked three rivers into falling off the cliff. Even though it seemed hopeless that he will never be able to find a way out, he's still stubborn and trying and never give up. The second lesson we can get from Thomas is he always stay outside of the box. The runner have always been looking to see if there was a pattern, but Thomas make it different by saying, "What if the pattern spell out words? Maybe it's too hard to see with the naked eyes." And then Thomas laid them one on top of the other so that each drawing of the maze match. What he saw amazed him, an image developed. From the image, Thomas get a clue that there is actually the way out from the glade. The last lesson that I get from Thomas is Thomas willing to sacrifice himself in order to achieve the goal. Thomas sacrificed himself to open the gates, the gladers to find a way out of the maze and back home. He doesn't know whether he will survive or not through the changing. He's uncertain about what he experienced in the after. Life will be changing, but he does it anyway for everyone else. That's all from me. I would like to pass to Aina.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. After I watched this movie, Maze Runner, I really love this movie because it have a lot of actions and the plot was awesome and interesting. Lily have told about the storyline, so I would like to skip about that and on the lessons that I learned after watching the movie. First, leadership in the movies. To be a leader, we need to be curious. For example, when Thomas was brought to the group, he had lots of questions. Question means how to go this, how to go there. He continuously asked question after question. While they keep frustrating about the ways to go out, Thomas find ways. Thomas make a wiser decision. From that, I get if we are a leader, we need to rethink the strategy and begin asking questions that will help learn what goes on around sumo light wrestling match, Thomas took a massive blow to the head. This traumatic event triggered something in Thomas that made him remember who he is. He remembered from that scene. I think that's all from me. I pass to
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. From this movie, from this Maze Runner movie, I teach a lot of moral values, which is this movie impressed audience hard. Maze Runner is an exciting movie. This is about a group of boys that stays in a maze and with no memory of who they are. From this movie, I learned something like leadership value, which is Thomas is a strong leader, and he teach me to be open to try something new, and he not afraid facing a risk or problem. What they never dared to do, they did because of Thomas. And I learned something. I learned moral value of trust each other. When we work in a team, please don't be selfish. We should try to listen to others because a leader is not always right. Moreover, from previous video, I said that I attracted Minho because he is handsome. But from what I learned, Minho is a brave man because he always comes with brilliant ideas and he is not selfish. Always help others, even though he is in a danger. And I thought he is playing his character very well. So, in conclusion, overall, I enjoyed this movie and I prefer everyone to watch this movie. That's all.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good day to everyone. I'm Anissa Gila. So basically, after listening to my friend's points of view, I will, I also read the novel of Maze Runner, and I also watched the Maze Runner film. So basically, the Maze Runner is based on the first novel in James Dashner best-selling young adult Hardy. The movie is like the book. It's a cross between Lord of Flies, Endless Games, and the Hunger Games, and should appeal to fans of the book and of Skyline Gabriel. There is more strong language in the movie than in the book, which feature mostly made of curse words like the keywords. Unlike many other popular themes movies, the Maze Runner doesn't really highlight a central romance in the movie, but it definitely includes some part of intense violence in the movie because the movie is a thriller and also action movie. Some of the character in the movie is die, and we can see some sort of violence in the movie, and we can feel some mixed feelings, sympathy, feel eager to know what's happened next. The characters, there are a lot of characters that die in the movie, and the ending of the movie is unexpected. If we watch the movie from the start to the end, we never expect that the end of the movie will be like that. So it's unexpected ending there. We can see that the trilogy of the movie is a little bit different from the other movie. In the Maze Runner, we can see a maze element in the movie, which is element of some sort of weapons that the characters that need to go through. There are also maze element in the other movie, which is one of the movie that has the maze element is Harry Potter, and the Harry Potter and the which is for Harry Potter edition. There Harry Potter in that movie, Harry Potter basically is a little bit different from the Maze Runner, but basically Harry Potter has the maze element before the Maze Runner. So basically Maze Runner has a different element of maze than the Harry Potter's element. That's all from me, thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon everyone. So I would like to share about the movie review of Lax Group. So basically the setting is in rural place that is far away from others. There is a group of people there who have been trapped and have to survive by themselves in order to live. Many ways they had tried so that they can escape, but no one could make it. Instead, some of them died in the maze. They believe that only runner that can make through the maze. But then, the newcomer named Thomas could find a way for them to escape with the help of others. The wall opened in the morning but then closed before dark. If anyone do not appear when the wall is closing, it considered to be dead because no one can survive in the maze. So the lessons that we can learn from this movie is that it teaches us not to give up. We could see that Thomas not give up in finding ways to escape from that place, although he had failed for several times. Many ways he tried so that he could leave the place as soon as possible. Next, it also teaches us to make strategies in order to escape successfully. For example, like Minho, he do research about the pattern of that place because the maze is always changing its pattern, that they cannot pass through it easily, and he managed to do it. Next is helping each other is important. For example, Minho had to give pattern of the maze to Thomas in order for them to look for exit. And also, the movie teaches us to be careful. For example, they be very careful in the maze not to make wrong steps because it can bring danger to them. And lastly, it teaches us to be brave. We can see that some of them brave enough to be in the maze, while others just stayed in there. So I would like to recommend this movie to all my friends because it is really adventurous movie and teach us valuable things.
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon to all my friends. When I watch this movie, I feel that Thomas is very brave man because he very brave to save the people that live in villages. He tried very hard to find out the way in complicated ways. Thomas also very good person because when Albi stay unconscious, Thomas still want to save Albi, but Minho ran away to save his life without thinking about Albi and Thomas. But Thomas trying hard to save Albi by climbing the wall, carrying Albi as well, because the graveyard started to come. After Thomas saved Albi, he ran to save his life. Thomas found Minho again, and all of them, including Albi, saved from the graveyard. Then, from this movie, I learned that work in group is very important to success. For example, Thomas and all the people find a code hidden in the map of maze. This code is used to escape from the maze and kill every single graveyard there. Because of the working group, they save and escape from the maze. That's all.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon. I think to all my friends. For the Maze Runner movie review, what I want to say is when I watch watch the movie, the first thing that comes into my mind is why. There is a lot of questions that came into my mind. Like for example, why did they cannot remember everything? Why do they don't have any families, or where are their families? And there is so many questions that play in my mind, and that makes me curious and want to know what will happen next and next and next. Overall, it was a very interesting movie, and like have been mentioned by my other friends, there are some moral values that can be learned from this movie, and one of them is we must not betray our friends. In this movie, there are some sense of betrayal that have been shown by one of the actors in this movie, which is Min-ho. When Thomas and Min-ho want to hide Albi's body that was being stung, suddenly the grievous came and Min-ho saw it. And when Min-ho saw the grievous, he just said, "Sorry, Thomas," and then he just ran away. He ran because he's scared that the grievous will eat them, and that's why he ran away. He being a little bit selfish at that moment, and he just left Thomas alone, and Thomas trying very hard to hide Elvis' body. Fortunately, Thomas successfully hide Elvis' body and get out from the maze safely. So what can I learn is we must not betray our friends, and a friend in need is a friend indeed. So we have to always be there for our friends that need help. And other than that, all the visual effects, it's real. The role that played by the actors and actresses and actors in the movie was great. Overall, it was a very great movie, and I can't wait to watch the next edition.
Very good afternoon, and I'll be going to review about the movie entitled The Maze Runner. And I read The Maze Runner book a couple of years ago, and since then I've always wanted to watch the movie. And if you were to ask me if the wait was worth it, I would definitely say yes, because I personally think that they did a very excellent job in translating the book into the movie, and that it actually did meet my expectations. And what's so interesting about the Maze Runner movie is the attention-grabbing storyline, in which it leads us into the world of film, where alongside with a baffled boy, which is Thomas, the main character, which is striker amnesia, he's placed into a world to face with other initiates as well. And in this entire movie, a group of boys, which are the runners, they have been charging into the maze day in and day out in order to find out a way out of this maze. And the interesting part of this, I find that, is that if you fail to come back in time, they will be doomed, because no one has ever survived a night in the maze, and because there is the presence of these grievers, which we will eventually realize they are nasty spiders who will come and get them. And visually, this film is very great, as the backgrounds are done in animations, and the maze itself, the design of the maze is made good with brutal slabs of steels and concrete, as well as the attack of the spiders, where it never fails to leave the audience gasping, especially in the parts where the spiders are attacking the runners and to their dooms, and which makes the entire movie gruesomely awesome, I would say. And all in all, this movie is exciting and entertaining, as well as intense enough to leave its audience hungry for the next sequel, the inevitable sequel, which is clearly set up by its cliffhanger ending in this sequel. And if you were to ask me to recommend this movie, I would like to recommend this movie to young teens, specifically to those who enjoy watching action and thriller movies, as in this movie it portrays a lot of scenes where it shows effective like adrenaline pumping chases in the maze, which people who enjoy watching action movies will find it really interesting. However, not to forget that in this movie, it's a very intense movie and it contains a lot of violence, graphic scenes, which I suppose most of the children, they will find it disturbing when they watch these scenes. So I would like to suggest that children below the age of 13, as well as people who are not comfortable with gruesome scenes and they find them unbearable, not to watch this movie but to read the book instead. Thank you.
Okay, thanks everyone for the great review of this Miss Rana movie. So what can I conclude from all of the review here? Everyone has enjoyed watching this movie, and everyone get a good lesson from this movie, especially from the main character, that is Thomas, right? Okay, I think that's all for the discussion today. We will see you again in the next discussion, and that's all from me. Thank you.